Welcome to official SL TV channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my video and press the red button. Please help me to share my video.
Part 2. As I be talk, Isaac Theophilus Acuna Wallace Johnson, born 1894. Sam Milton, born 1895. 1 year between them. But you know what? You know, go compare the two, then pedigree. Wallace Johnson, a courageous man, a man of valor, a man with many victories now he belt, a man when a Pan-Africanist. He is dynamic. He is a pen pusher. He is of a superior pedigree to Sam Milton. And likewise, the other man where you know go play with Lamina Sanko, the man where I love so much. The man where so advanced in his thinking. He changed his slave name. When I Etheldred Jones, he changed him to Lamina Sanko. Very indigenous Sierra Leonean name. I wish now so every human being think they go for be day far by now. But unfortunately, not everybody go think the same way. I demand and the way without SLPP not for their life. All them people there, they not give them within them do. So for make Foday Yansaneh can make this claim, say APC na the 11th September. Na him a born, he don't lie to una. And not to him the only person we don't do that. That seems to be the common trait of Sierra Leonean politicians. Then they lie for meet a particular purpose which suits them. Me uncle, a respected individual, when I one of the people them, we really make we know, say FBC that be the real Athens of Africa. Where Pasomano they talk, you the hear philosophy, you the hear poetry, you the hear law, you the hear economics. He is a rounded, educated individual. Then they go inside FBC as a seed, then come out as a tree. Not just a shrub, a perennial. Now people go to FBC as a seed, then you come out back as a seed. No growth, no they take place. They talk, but how people them emotionally immature, emotionally incomplete. They don't get emotional intelligence. It's all right. The only thing no more way is say where I go add pa because there's nothing where is say where I qualify for say anything otherwise. Now for tell them for say the chairman of APC and the deputy chairman, he say them quiet. But I just want to inform and say then one and we quiet usually not the most dangerous in any situation. Because when you meet water side, we pant up quiet, then river them, we know they move, we still quiet. Don't put your foot inside there, you get under current, then deadly. Those two are the most deadly in the APC party. Because if they are the leaders, with all this when they happen, what have they done to rectify it? What have they put together for unity? But you know, where a poet they talk, you know they come put an ado like how a young boisterous man like me they talk because na me papa that one day he old enough for born me. I can never challenge somebody of short quality except with somebody lie. I will not keep quiet. It is my responsibility for correct anything we wrong. Because morality teach we say we for make a distinct difference between right and wrong, and we for fight for what is right. Sierra Leone now people they fight for what people are not fight for what is right anymore in Sierra Leone. Rather than they fight for them party, then they fight for them family, then they fight for money, or they give them couple, then they fight for their interests, but never are they ready to fight for what is right. So then 2 man and they way me uncle say quiet. Then fiba ebe. You know, say ebe where you put and down, it make suspension. Pantap the cold. But if you dug the spoon deep, you put on a mouth, stay you die, you no go do them again. You must go born now you got. Nine of them people there, they are deceptive, then toxic, then selfish. Anything what they do is about them, not about the people. And politics is always about the people. They say sovereignty belongs to who? Not politicians, the people. The people are always at the center in a democracy. That's why Abraham Lincoln make it clear to we say democracy in a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But when he come and there criminals there in Sierra Leone, for them, then define democracy as government for some people, by some people, and for some people. And we are not prepared to accept that definition. That definition, it is flawed, it is uncivilized, it is primitive, and it only take place in the animal farm. We are not animals. We are not going to accept it. We reject that. And we will stand against it every time. So what did I tell you? As I be say to you, I go read a letter where Wallace Johnson write to the colonial people. You know, family, we be careful. You see, letter from Isaac Wallace Johnson to the colonial office, explaining the cause of the elections before independence movement. I.T. Wallace Johnson, member for Wilberforce, Sierra Leone, House of Representatives, 256 Randolph Avenue, Maidaville, London, W9. To Right Honorable, the Secretary of State for Colonies, Colonial Office, Church House, Great Smith Street, London, SW1. Dear Mr. Ian MacLeod, may I hope that this letter which I am writing you will be given the most urgent consideration and attention. I do not know whether you have already been served with a copy of the attached resolution passed at 2 mass meetings held in Freetown, Sierra Leone on 31st July and the 4th of August, respectively, by the elections before independence movement, which has since been established in that territory as a result of the last colonial conference held in Lancaster House, London in April, May this year. I understand copies of these resolutions were sent you through His Excellency, the Governor of the colony, Sir Maurice Doman, who is now in this country. If you have already received copies of this resolution, I hope the content are being given the most careful and serious consideration and intention. If, on the other hand, you have not received copies of the resolution, I hope you will accept the attached for the same purpose outlined supra. I also attach hereto, marked B, a copy of a letter addressed to His Excellency, the Governor, bearing date 5th August 1960, by Mr. S.P. Stevens on behalf of the working committee of the movement, which letter tells a very important story of the state of committee of the movement, which letter tells a very important story, I repeated that, of the state of affairs at the moment in the country. You will also find attached Mark C, a cutting from the Sierra Leone Daily Mail of August 2, which published 2 photograph pictures of sections of mass meetings held at the recreation grounds, Freetown, on the 31st July, which pictures I am sure you will agree with me give a clear indication of the capacity of the demonstration which took place on occasion and the force of public opinion responsible for resolution. Reports reaching me from Sierra Leone make it plain that all is not well at the moment, which the present government and that the inhabitants of the country to great hold on. Can go to the next leaf. Pardon, guys. I'm coming. Oh, Lord, it's not easy to get this thing on my screen. Extents have lost confidence in government. Under the circumstances, it seems clear to me that any attempt made to enforce the decision of constitutional conference is grant independence to Sierra Leone before a general election is staged. In this stage, will not only be met with great resistance from the majority of the people, but will undoubtedly create a situation which will not only be worse than that which has developed in Congo, but which neither the premier nor the government will be able to cope with. I must make it quite plain that every true-hearted Sierra Leonean wants country to become an independent state as early as possible, but the people also want to live in peace and happiness. And the British government will be committing the same blunder as the Belgian has committed in Congo. If independence were to be granted to a country at a period when the whole political and social atmosphere is charged with feelings of discontentment, it might be that His Excellency, the Governor of the colony, who might have seen you by now, may have painted another picture of the situation in the country to you and might have attributed the present state of affairs to the agitation of a few disgruntled persons or the influence of communism, which is always the blind that is very often used in screen the actual state of affairs in the colonial territory. I hope, however, that this has not been the case Otherwise, I am afraid there will be trouble. As I point out in my letter addressed to Sir Maurice Dorman during the sittings in the conference in Lancaster House in April last, a copy of which, in brackets, letter was sent to you, the British government owe a solemn obligation to protect the trust she has held for the people of Sierra Leone for many years and cannot at this moment shirk her responsibility from the safe handling of the trust. It will therefore be a great tragedy of the tragedy for the government of the country is handed to a group of persons who are not only ill-equipped to shoulder such responsibility, but who do not appear to take their responsibility seriously. I understand at the moment several natives of Kono district, Unayeri Kono people of Kono district of the protectorate have been deported from their home, and some are being held in prison simply because they have certain disputes with a paramount chief. The action, I must state, have stimulated the fears of the people that in case independence is granted before general elections take place, not only will there be no more straightforward election, but hell itself will be let loose on the great majority of inhabitants of this country. Not sure would they suffer so they elected in the country. The one in way Wallace Johnson, if they allow the independence for go, hell go they lose now we country. Elections them. Problem. One party. And we still let go with this same train. Now we are lighting. Let we organize ourselves. Let we go before people and now one for do. Before that day, you get people that we call themselves executive. The same thing where the 26 people and do. We're gonna Lancaster House. 9 and they repeat so. Right under we nose. They try for give you what you will not want. Try for give you soup where no get salt. Try for give you soup where bitter. Try for feed we with something where we no one digest. Lastly, I must state that the recent appointment made by the Premier and approved by the governor of certain members of the opposition in the present coalition, government to ministerial position has also added more venom to the temple. The 26 people, they make themselves minister them against the constitution, against the will of the people. So not today anything I begin. Lastly, I must state to the recent appointment made by the Premier, approved of government to ministerial position, has also added more venom to the temple of the situation and has made the people become not only more restrained in their attitude, but be rather suspicious and critical of the activities of the Premier and his government. People are where they say Sir Milton, na righteous man. If they work, it's like if they collaborate with the colonialists them for make the suppress young people. The interest was not the people, but the colonialists. Particular instance I cited in the resolution of 4th August, I feel that the particular case called for a serious review. Personally, I have no grudge against any individual, but the integrity and morality of the government of a country must take precedence to sentimentalism and favoritism. Isn't that what we are suffering today? I acknowledge of this letter will be an acknowledgement of this letter will be appreciated. Yours faithfully, signed I.T.E. Wallace Johnson. My family, I go put Antona, this man, as Jesus talker, prophets no get respect in our homeland. Man like this forget a national holiday in our country. Man like this na educator. Man like this na Form 2 it up na collegiate. In those days, Form 2 pass FBC now. He pass the grade of master's degree. The man, when he commits na collegiate Form 2, the first job where he gets, he become a custom officer. Now the first is set up a strike, then suspend him for 1 year, then reinstate him. He continue. In fact, they resigned, he left the job. Wallace Johnson. Na man with Sierra Leoneans then for Bamba, then for Tooth, Isaac Theophilus Akuna Wallace Johnson. And the other thing where I want to make clear, Pandistinia, one of the reasons we make APC became men of valor. Man like C. Kamaratilo, he take bullets for Sheka Stevens. That's why I don't go do that. They only think about themselves. They don't get the discipline. They don't get the aptitude. They don't get the right attitude. C. Kamaratilo, na be ex-serviceman, he fought Second World War. Alhaji Jibril Siste, he fought Second World War, na be army man. You will get great people like Pamagba Kamara. Pamagba Kamara, in fact, na be the chairman of ex-servicemen. Na Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone be full of ex-servicemen. Even my late uncle, Pahide, we married me auntie Kindly. I be Air Force officer at the British Army. Them man them here na people them of valor. Na people them of a strong oh Lord, conviction in waiting and believing. Then go fight and die for that. The army groom them. It make them to very strong force for resist tyranny, resist human abuse. So then they empathize with the people and get for stand. When Shaka Stevens come back, then try for Henk Katana aid. Say he writes an article. If I go jail and if you go jail, APC for die. Say Kamaratilo come forward. He said, "Na me write the thing. In go jail instead." Udana APC go do that now. You see APC, a man when a town crier, because when they say PRO, you don't make decisions. You follow decisions. A town crier, then they give you information. Now you they go disperse them. Now you're not town crier. That is what the PRO is. When you boss don't make a decision, when senior executive they don't make a decision, then talk for say election not done yet. Then talk about electoral justice. Una agree. Then una come out. Una they undermine. Waiting una don't agree. It shows see them people there, not people them of low pedigree, low class, low standard. And the only area where I disagree with my honorable uncle for say Minkailu quiet. You know, say Minkailu face dry leg, granite board. He not quiet too. He quiet panta, but underneath he busy to do activities. The country the way he did now. Even the owner of the Ware and Eskoroma, And Eskoroma I cow them one day, yeah. And when you see an Eskoroma we own the cow them, he gathered the cow them all by a convention. He called them all Munku politicians. He know them. Now he groom them. Now he groom them Munku politicians there. So he knows them. Now he they mark them paper them. Now he they lecture them. Now he prepare them. And now we have left. We have inherited useless group of people. We're not able for serve the people them accordingly. But just like how Wallace Johnson present them in his letter, this one they do so, trouble they ahead. And the trouble will consume the political class. This wickedness, this deceitfulness, this corrupt mentality, this despicable act of treating the people them like for say them transparent, they're not worth nothing. When they treat them like nappy, just check them out, they shake them for poop and them. It go come up on a war. Una go damn the day una cost the hour. This it go erupt to something where una not they expect. The one that we feel to say, we get a man, a day na power, we're not supposed for the day. You not win elections. For let you day na state house. The number one condition is for win elections. You not win elections. The elections day in dispute. You get people and busy. They talk about 2028. Where we all know say, now the 23rd Psalm now applicable. When the Lord is my shepherd, we shall not want. That means to say, now we forget abundance, not 2028. Una go una look Psalm 28, la una see how miserable it is. Una left certainty for uncertainty. And the biggest failure of an Eskoroma, now for where he left you with liability them. So much liabilities them back inside the political class. Now we country. That include Madabio. The people that don't make them clear say they don't want them. Not to America go tell we, say we for accept them. Not to America for tell we for say they don't get rights for remove them. It is our right to remove. A government will not work for the people. A government will not represent we aspirations. Will not represent the will of the people. Just like how Wallace Johnson put up a letter. And I get this letter here. I go encourage anybody who wants a copy of this letter. Let them contact me. I go give them a copy of the letter. This letter, now one way I want Sierra Leonean citizens then study. Now we left for the give people them waiting and not deserve. Checker Stevens, na a manti, na a bobo way Wallace Johnson mentor. Checker Stevens, he know Wallace Johnson a price and a worth. But unfortunately, people they like Yansaneh'S them are them busy. They try for hide Wallace Johnson under bed. But people like we no go agree. Let we learn for respect things them. We what respected. As then say that the Bible, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. If only Julius Caesar be listen to the drunken man, he would have been alive. But he say, let the man drunkard come out before me because of your arrogance. But me want to put into una Sierra Leone. Whether politicians didn't like it or not, the genie has come out of the bottle. Una can't contain us in that bottle. The bottle is broken. We are out. And believe you me, this time, all the criminals them, all of una, I mean the entire executive, una crusade una depa, they work, una wasted in a do. and that una waste there. We go make sure say a rub na pepper stone. And we don't grind the pepper. The pepper don't kuno. We just wait for the una glide una waste them and tap that pepper stone there. And believe you me, the pepper go burn. And we go dead day for make sure say reach the place way for reach. Fambulem na the word is not so shaky make elections